What's up everyone? My name is Carolyn from BeautyBeyondBones, and today we're going to be talking about my first ultrasound and hearing my baby's heartbeat. If you're new here, I'm the face behind BeautyBeyondBones, and I am pregnant. I'm in my 16th week. I'm 16 weeks and 2 days pregnant today, due July 17th. And I'm in my second trimester, which means I feel better, I have more energy, I am not tired all the time, and also it means that I got to hear our baby's heartbeat for the first time, which was absolutely magical. So these are two huge doctor's appointments that when you are a new mom-to-be, there are so many questions and just kind of this big question mark around the first ultrasound and the first fetal heartbeat monitoring, and the only fetal heartbeat monitoring appointment. So I thought I would share my experience with you guys because this is a video that I would have loved to watch. So let's go back about 4 weeks ago to our first ultrasound appointment.
Where are we going, baby?
We're going to see our baby. We're on our way to go get our very first ultrasound and meet our little baby. It is a Friday afternoon here, right before the new year. I am 11 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. And I've got my handsome husband right there. Our ultrasound place, it's really funny because it's like in the parking lot of my high school. And it's just funny how life brings you full circle. You can move away to Manhattan for 12 years, but you just end up right where you started. Okay. Wish us luck. I've been drinking a lot of water this morning. I'm excited. You ready, Dad?
I think so.
There's Dad.
Ready to see the baby.
Good. How are you? I drank 2 of these already this morning.
Oh my
so I've
goodness.
got a very
Okay.
full bladder. I've
like
heard that's
it.
what you need. Okay.
We have
Wait a minute.
I just see one. Oh my god.
One is good.
Yes, one is good.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh, I see the body.
Oh my gosh. Oh
and
my
it's looking right at us.
gosh.
Oh, look at that. You see the two arms up by the face?
Yeah. Oh,
There you
he's
go.
cozy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Oh.
Not too soon though.
He's scratching his head,
I
or
know,
she.
looks
What's
like
going
it.
on?
We think it's a boy,
You think it's a boy?
but we don't know.
Aw.
We'll be happy with whatever God gives us.
Yeah.
So cute. He's got a little face in its leg. I think that's his little rump. Is that his little butt?
Oh yeah. It's dancing already there.
Yeah. It's a leg. It's doing some aerobics and breakdancing. There's
Yeah,
his
pause.
face waving.
Waving.
Oh,
There you go.
so cute. How do you feel?
Excited. Can't believe it's ours. But where's one he's doing a window? Looks like a little alien.
Hi, everybody. It was so magical. One thing that I really underestimated was how nervous I was going to be going into the appointment. Because up until this time, yeah, you've gotten the confirmation that you're pregnant, but you don't know anything. You're like, okay, well, my body's changing. I feel all these new feelings. My boobs are growing, and I just hope everything's okay in there. So I had a lot of just kind of apprehension going in. I was excited. I was praying that everything was okay. First of all, how many babies are inside? Are there one? Are there two? Multiples? Who knows? And secondly, I just was praying that everything was going along as it should be. The baby was healthy, and sure enough, one baby, all is good. One thing going into the ultrasound that everyone told me was, oh, bring the Kleenex, you're gonna cry, it's gonna be so joyful and tearful, you're just gonna be overwhelmed with emotion. And I didn't cry. And I think that's something that, you know, especially people that are very like big feelers like I am, you just kind of have to let that go. All of the expectations of how you're supposed to respond to seeing your child on the ultrasound screen. There's no right or wrong way to respond. When I saw our child up on that screen, I was mesmerized. I was just so speechless. I couldn't breathe. All I could do was just smile. And it was just, there were no tears. It was just this moment of joy. So I think that's something to just kind of give yourself a little grace, that you don't have to cry. You don't have to like have it be this huge thing. You can just be in the moment and enjoy it to the fullest without the waterworks. The other thing that was really cool was that even though this is a tiny, you know, little human, it was already showing signs of like parts of me and parts of my husband, Steven, which I know sounds crazy. And okay, maybe we might be reading into this a little bit, but you know, just let us, we're having fun. This is our first baby. The first thing was that our baby was very camera aware. Like it knew that the camera was on it. Like it just wouldn't move. It was all like, no matter where we moved the wand, it would just give us a full face shot. Like, nope, no profile, just face shot. You know, we were saying that, you know, I'm an actor, and one thing about me is that I always know where the camera is in the room. And then the second part was that Baby Burbs was doing these like windmill kicks with his or her legs. And if you don't know this, my husband used to be a b-boy. He used to be a break dancer.
B-boy burbs. Doing the windmill, I see the legs there. Showing off.
To be able to share that moment with him is a once in a lifetime experience of seeing the child that we created together on the screen for the first time. And so that was really cool. Another tip, you need to drink a lot of water before you go to your appointment for your ultrasound, because the water is like what makes the camera be able to like see. I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but anyway, you need to drink a bunch of water. Let's talk about placentas. So I found out at the ultrasound that I have what's called an anterior placenta. So it can either be posterior or anterior. And basically how it was explained to me is that my placenta is kind of on, not the wrong side, but the opposite side of what it usually is. So usually it goes like, if this is your spine and this is your front, usually it goes placenta, baby, skin, right? So your placenta forms on the uterine wall that's closest to your spine. Well, my placenta formed on the lining of my uterus that's closest to my belly. So it goes baby, placenta, skin. So the way my OBGYN described this to me was that it's really not a positive or a negative. The only thing with an anterior placenta is that it's gonna take me longer to be able to feel the baby's kicks, which is kind of disappointing, because I've been reading that, you know, usually in first pregnancies, you'll start to feel the kicks around now, like around 16, 18 weeks. And then of course for the rest of your pregnancy. But I've read that especially in first pregnancies with an anterior placenta, it could be as late as like 25 weeks that I start feeling it. which is kind of a bummer. The only other thing that anterior placentas are supposed to watch out for is if it kind of, I mean, placentas don't slide, but if it grows to cover your cervix. If everything progresses as it's supposed to, I'm going to be just fine. There's going to be no complications with delivery, that it's just going to take a little extra time to feel the baby's kicks. So, but overall, this ultrasound was just a beautiful and magical moment. Meeting your child for the first time and seeing it. When my husband and I finished at the doctor's appointment, he was like, why don't we go surprise your parents? And so we drove over there and we met them for lunch and we showed them all of the pictures that we got. And it's just so special. We have since put all of those pictures in frames and we have, put them around our house. We have them on our nightstands so that they are the first thing that we see when we wake up and go to bed. One final thing about this appointment is that you have the opportunity to take the NIPT test, that's hard to say. And basically this is a DNA chromosomal abnormality genetic test. So it's non-invasive and basically it is to determine whether or not your baby's DNA is normal. And it can detect if there are any chromosomal abnormalities that show, okay, this baby has Down syndrome. If they are going to be born with a condition that's the result of a DNA that is chromosomally abnormal. And this is a completely optional test. In it, you can also find out the gender. And my husband and I decided not to take it. Whether or not our baby has a chromosomal abnormality doesn't matter to us. It's not going to change the outcome of this pregnancy. If that is the baby that God has chosen for us to love and care for in this world, then by George, we're going to do that. And we're excited to do it. And it's not going to change our love for this child. It's not going to change how this pregnancy progresses. So we just said, you know what? We're not going to take it. And we also wanted to kind of wait a little bit with finding out the gender. We're going to find out at the 20-week ultrasound. We just are kind of enjoying being in a little bit of mystery right now. So, okay, let's talk about the fetal heartbeat. Oh my goodness. This was an amazing appointment. Big day today. Going to hear baby burbs. Start to show a little bit. Feeling like a mom. How are you feeling, Dad?
Excited.
There he is. We are on our way to go hear baby burb's heartbeat. I am wearing blue. My husband is wearing his blue. Are those Dunks or those Jordans? Dunks. But that's because we both think it's a boy. Of course we are. Of course we are not finding out today. However, we just both have that feeling. We will find out in about 4 weeks. I am 16 weeks tomorrow. Big day for our little family. Mahal, what are you thinking?
It's cold.
Yeah. I also brought a shoehorn to this so that I could get my shoes back on after they weighed me. And everybody laughed, including my husband. The heartbeat was just as cool because not only are you hearing the sound of life that's coming from inside your body, but you can also hear the activity, which I didn't know was gonna be a thing. I thought we were only gonna hear the heartbeat, but what I didn't know is that you can hear the baby like thudding against the microphone. Heartbeat sounds good. Oh my God.
Is that his heart?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And those studs are baby moving in there. Yep, those. And she was like, wow, you have a very active baby, which is not surprising, but that was really cool. He had a very strong heartbeat. It was 140, which, if you're into wives' tales about predicting gender, they say that if your baby's heartbeat is above 140, it's a girl, and if it's below 140, it's a boy. But ours was 140 exactly, so who knows? So some things about this appointment that I wish I would have known. It was extremely fast. So the wand was basically only on my stomach for maybe 90 seconds tops. You blink and it's over. And I could have listened to that thing all day, like just the heartbeat and all of the thuds and things like that. I could have listened to it forever. So my husband and I were both pretty shocked when it was over. Steven and I, on our way home from the appointment, we were just both marveling at the fact that it's undeniable that this is a child inside my stomach, even at just 15 weeks. This is a whole freaking human inside of me with a heartbeat that's moving around, that's scratching its head, that's doing, windmill breakdancing kicks. It is a miracle. It is an absolute miracle and a gift from God. And that's what he and I were struck by. It really solidified the fact that I am no longer just me. I am me plus one. And my life has already changed. Steven's life has already changed. And it's just gonna be really cool to see that change even further and for us to grow more deeply in love and in love with this child. And it's beautiful. So for Christmas, one of Steven's gifts that he had gotten me was an at-home fetal doppler, which we got on Amazon and read the reviews, it was great. And basically it does what we did at that appointment at home. We didn't open it yet because we wanted to wait and hear it with the doctor first. And we also wanted to ask, is this safe to use at home? Is this gonna hurt the baby? Is this gonna send like x-rays into my stomach? So we asked the doctor, what are your thoughts? Should we keep it? And without hesitation, she said, honestly, I would return it. And she explained to us that the fetal heart monitor that she used on me that day was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And she said, a fetal Doppler that you bought for $80 on Amazon, she said with her experience, they're not reliable. And in fact, it can almost be a detriment to the mental health of the mother because, you can be searching and you can't find a heartbeat. And then, oh my gosh, all of a sudden now you're in a tailspin that your baby's heart's not beating when in actuality, it's just the results of a faulty fetal heart monitor or, us not knowing where to put it and not having the skills to find it. So she suggested to take it back, which we did. So other little just fun pregnancy things here in my second trimester. I've gained about 8 pounds, which if you know my history and everything that I've been through and overcoming anorexia in my high school years, I am totally fine with. In fact, I'm embracing it. I am loving just my changing body because as my body changes, I know that that's because I'm growing life inside of me. And I'm so just grateful for, honestly, this gift. I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to have kids given the trauma that I put my body through with, 2+ years of like truly being in a state of starvation. So just the fact that my husband and I were able to get pregnant so quickly. This is such a gift and I'm just embracing it and just loving every minute of it. On that note, we are eating amazing food. Oh my gosh. Every mealtime is just, it's like Disneyland, but on our plate. It's just so fun. Last night we had a gorgeous curry. It was a cod poached curry and it was so good. The night before that, we had just delicious turkey burgers. Oh my gosh, I am going to link for you right here specific carb diet: ketchup, mustard, mayo, and pickles. Oh my gosh, I have not had these condiments since I was about 14, because I've been on the specific carbohydrate diet for 15 years, and before that I didn't even like mayo. Wow, I am obsessed with burgers, with all the fixins. The night before that, we had amazing pad thai with these palmini noodles, which are indecipherable from brown rice noodles, which I will also link below. That was an amazing meal. We had that with grilled chicken. We've been having brunch for dinner with banana pancakes. We've been just literally, life is our oyster. Tonight we're having pizza with a cauliflower and almond flour crust with Havarti cheese, which I am loving. We're eating good. We're eating good around here. So anyway, I'm loving snacking on macadamia nuts. We're loving, all the banana ice cream again. We're just bacon. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? We're eating bacon on whatever we can get our hands on. So yeah, so that is it's a fun little pregnancy insight here. So another little rabbit hole that I have gone down in my pregnancy research here is Chinese postpartum confinement, which, if you are looking for an interesting rabbit hole to go down, just Google that on YouTube and just watch the videos. It's a really interesting and I think beautiful practice of postpartum that is practiced in a lot of Asian countries. And it basically, long story short, is for a month to 40 days after you give birth. The focus is not only on the health of the newborn, but also on the health of the mother, getting the mother's body healed from this, incredible act of giving birth that she just did. I'm taking notes on things that I want to implement. They don't leave the house for 40 days. They only eat warm food that is supposed to warm the body back up and heal. They do this really intense body wrapping thing around your midsection, which is supposed to kind of encourage your organs and your bone structure and muscles and everything to kind of heal the way they're supposed to. Imagine putting a cast on an arm. Well, you kind of put a cast around your midsection, which I think is really cool. So I've been taking notes, and my mom and I actually watched this together, and I also watched it with Steven, but just about, different things that we want to try and implement into my healing journey, because I'm going to try to go all natural. So anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I have made a few other pregnancy videos, and I'm going to be continuing to make them, from what I eat in a day to, pregnancy recaps and my favorite products that I've tried and used and didn't like and love and all those things. So I appreciate you joining with me on this journey. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna talk to you soon.